streets. We have done so much.
The Honourable Pete Hodson.
Mr Speaker, they don't like it. They've got up, each of the three National Party speakers have got up and said that they think that the Labor Party should not be dealing with minutiae, and have then spent a big part of their speech dealing with the Labor Party's dealing with them over minutiae, so it seems they don't like it. And the reason that the Labor Party will continue to deal with minutiae is as follows. What they really want is for the Labor Party to stop concentrating on the National Party, and that is one of the key roles of Her Majesty's loyal opposition. So don't expect any forgiveness in that direction. Yes, I do admit that an $800,000 overspend in the context of the entire police budget is small, in the context of the entire budget of the government is small, but in the context of the expenditure on one man, the Prime Minister, it's large. It's twice the amount of money we think his salary's worth. We think that a person should not be responsible for causing an $800,000 overspend on the basis of his own proclivities. Only this Prime Minister takes bodyguards to the gym. Only this Prime Minister takes bodyguards as far as the debating chamber, 10 metres from where I'm sitting, because it suits him. Only this Prime Minister takes bodyguards on private holidays to Hawaii or to Italy, and only this Prime Minister pretends that he can't have any say in the matter. We know that is bunkum. He is the Prime Minister after all. So we will continue to focus on national, and if they think spending $800,000 on the well-being of one man is minutiae, well then I say we will continue to focus, and we will see what the people of New Zealand say. They say it's trivial, we say it's indulgent. They call it small, we call it wrong. They say it doesn't fix the economy, we say that tomorrow week National is going to make the lives of many New Zealanders worse, and if they continue to keep their nose in their own trough and keep their own nose in the trough, then they lack the moral authority to ensure that they can do harm to other New Zealanders while they do themselves everlasting good. Do you remember the housing debate, the ministerial housing debate? Do you remember that one? Long ago. That was the first one. And the Prime Minister said, we will fix it, don't worry. The rules are a mess. That's double Dipton and Bill English and Minister of Finance and all of that. And the Prime Minister said, we will fix it. And we will make it cheaper. They don't like it, Mr Speaker. They don't like it. Continual rebel of response during my few minutes here on the stage, but they said that they would make it cheaper. Well, we've been following it, and they have not made it cheaper. Ministerial housing is now more expensive after the fix than it was before the fix, and what's more, and importantly, an unknown amount of taxpayers' money goes into ministers' pockets. An unknown amount of taxpayers' money. So the anatomy of this self-deception is starting to become clear. They announce changes, like ministerial housing, saying they're going to fix it, and they don't fix it. They hide behind the word security. We saw that in the House yesterday. We saw it last week with the Vela brothers and their $2,000 helicopter ride. We've got the Prime Minister at the end of last week facing threats, we learn for the first time. Facing threats, but no ability to tell us where those threats are coming from or what they are, because that's a security matter as well. They say they are betting the third trick. The third trick they pull is that they bet on not getting caught with their inconsistency. So we heard Chris Hipkins today hearing the Prime Minister, repeating to the Prime Minister, how is it that you're aggressively reviewing ministerial services line by line, but you missed the BMWs in their entirety? Which part of that do we believe? They keep forgetting. That's another trick. We've got the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff already forgetting his meeting with other officials on BMW matters, forgetting because it suits. We've got the idea that there's going to be, it doesn't matter what ministers do, that there's no conflict of interest. We get told by ministers that there's no conflict of interest, that they've had advice to that effect. They never, however, release the advice. The anatomy of the deception is becoming clearer.